Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content and I also do what's called the Word of the Day. I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together, and I also have inspirational shorts, and I also have fitness shorts. So if you like any of what you see and hear and feel inspired, don't forget to like, subscribe, but most of all, share. For those of you returning, happy Friday. It's finally here. I can't tell you how happy and tired I am. It's been a crazy week, but a good week. So last night we got to meet my daughter's teacher, and she's a very sweet lady. They hugged each other. So Avery starts school next Tuesday, and she's super excited about it. And we are too. And then, of course, next Friday we'll be headed to the beach to have some fun. So I'm just trying to make it to next Thursday. So y'all pray my strength that I make it to next Thursday. I'm pretty confident I will. But other than that, things are going well. So let's get into the word. So the word of the day will be coming from First John chapter 4, verse 21. And it's very, very simple. It's such a simple verse. I could do a drop the mic with this, but it simply says, and he has given us this command: anyone who loves God must also love their brother and sister. I don't know who I'm speaking to on this, but I know out there right now, there's a lot of discord with families and relatives and in laws and friends and people. They just don't like each other for whatever reason, whether it's political, religious differences, whatever the case may be. People just don't like each other. And I get it. We're human. We're not all going to get along. That's fine. But we still need to be nice and cordial to each other. Even though we might not believe in the same thing, that's no reason for us to hate each other. And hate is a very, very strong word. I told my daughter this probably about a week or so ago. She was saying, Mommy, I hate that. And I forget what it was that she said she hated. And I said, honey, don't say that. Don't ever say that you hate somebody. I said, as children of God, we are supposed to love people. I said, even though sometimes people do things that we don't like, God has commanded us to love them. And then I started thinking, even with myself, I have never been one to hold a grudge, and I don't hate people. I might hate some of the things they say or do, or some of the things they say or do may make me angry inside. But that's when I have to pray and ask God to take that from me, take that offense that I feel away from me so that I don't hold a grudge, because so my heart does not become hardened, and so that I can continue to love no matter what. And that's a constant prayer every day for me. Whether I'm praying at night or in the morning, I say, God, help me to love even when it's hard. Because there are people that are out there that'll do you wrong, break your heart, or do whatever, but God still commands you to love them. And I know that is a tough pill to swallow. Trust me, I know. But that's something, again, we have to pray about and ask God to continue to help us in that area, because in this, it's His command. He says, anyone who loves God must also love their brother and sister. If you don't love your brothers and sisters, you don't love Him. He's saying basically, if you don't love them, you're contradicting basically everything. You don't love me. He said, because I am love. This is what God is saying. He is love. And if you don't love everybody else, you don't love me. That's basically what He's saying. And again, I know it's heavy. It's such a simple verse, but it's heavy because it is hard to love someone who has done you dirty. It's tough, but we have to learn to stay on our knees in prayer and ask God to, again, not harden our hearts. Help us to not become offended by situations, to help us forgive and let go. And do remember that forgiveness is not for that other person, it's for you, so that you can move on and be free, so that you can continue to do God's work and do His will. So I love this verse because there are so many people, Christian and non-Christians, going out there saying, certain things. People who are believers, people who are slightly religious, people who say they know of God. There are people like that. And then they'll say, oh, I love God. Oh, I know of God. I've heard of Him. I know who He is. Yeah, He's great. I've heard about that. What about your friend from high school? I hate her. Okay. Well, you know of God, you heard of God, you like him, you love him, you want to know more about him. But if you truly love him, then how can you, in that same tongue that you just spoke with, say that you hate somebody? You can't do that because that's not right. That's contradictory to his word. And again, I know this is a hard pill to swallow. Trust me, I'm in that same boat. It is hard to love someone who has broken your heart, who has just done you wrong, someone who's lied on you, who's cheated on you, who's beat you, who's stolen from you. I'm just throwing examples out there because I have friends who've experienced some of these things, and I myself have experienced some of these things as well. But we still have to continue to love them and pray for them and hope that God may not change this person, but ask God to change you. Growing up, that was something I always remember my mother telling me. My parents have been married for a long time, almost 50 years. And I remember growing up, they would have their spats and their arguments. But as I got older, probably high school, college, she would say, for the longest time, I asked God to change your father. And then I realized it wasn't your father that needed to change. She said, I needed to change. And she said, I started asking God to change me. And back then, it didn't make much sense to what an 18, 19-year old, it was in one ear, out the other. I wasn't trying to listen to what she's saying. I was like, whatever, whatever. But now that I'm in the position of being a spouse and a mother too, it's like, I get it. That person might not change, but you can ask God to change you, to change your heart, to soften your heart, to make you more loving, even if that other person isn't. Because what's going to happen is if you keep asking God to change you and soften your heart, that other person they can't help but see how you're changing. And if they see how you're changing, they're going to want to change too. But again, you have to be sincere and surrender it to God and pray about it and tell him, take this from me. I give this to you. Help me with this. Whether it's dealing with your spouse or your kids, brother, sister, parents, whoever you have this relationship with. One thing I always pray about is the fruits of the Spirit. I say, God, please help me continue to bear the fruits of the Spirit: love, patience, kindness, self control, because all those are part of it as well. But at the end of the day, the simple command is to love your brothers and sisters. And if you say you love him, but hate them, that's not going to work. It doesn't jive, it doesn't go together. So I don't know who this is for, but let's do a heart check. Let's re examine. Let's stay on our knees in prayer and ask God to help us forgive. And most of all, just surrender it all to him. And he will help you. All right. Again, this was from 1 John chapter 4, verse 21. You guys know what I always say. Don't take my word for it. Read it for yourself. I love you guys. I hope this blessed you. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And Lord willing, I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.